Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 6 for 6, Season 1, Episode 13 on November 6th. I think we got a great one for us today, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back on 6 for 6, and I'm filled with excitement with all the games that are happening today, from NBA to some racing to NFL to some hockey and all that stuff. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I gave you the 6 best sporting events of this weekend, November 6th and 7th. Let's get down to business. Let's get excited. College football starting in 9 minutes. I'm going to try to do a lightning fast 6 for 6, one of the quickest around, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited, enthusiastic about this, and let's just get down into it. Basic, excitement for today's game and all that stuff. But let's go through the verse list on our 6 for 6. We're going to start off with this. Titans-Rams, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5:20 p.m. Pacific time on NBC. Sunday Night Football at its finest. I don't think you can miss it for the world. Though the Titans don't have Derrick Henry, but they signed Adrian Peterson. We get to see him back in action, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be thrilling to watch. I know Matthew Stafford is on the run with the Rams, being dominated this season. The Rams, according to ESPN, are a 71% favorite to win this football game, ladies and gentlemen. Kid you not, this is going to be fantastic to watch. Hope the Titans can make it close, but we all know the Rams are going to pull away from this game. Next up, in our number 5 spot, we have the Mexican Grand Prix on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time on ABC. If you're in the mood for Need for Speed, the racing of within Mexico City, it's going to be great. You need, a break from some NFL action after, your team is struggling for the first half. You need some fast-paced racing, or you're waiting for the later games on Sunday night. Definitely a good thing to watch if you need some racing down in here, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we got our 4th spot today, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Utah Jazz and the Miami Heat on NBA TV tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We got the, Jazz being 7-1 this season, the Miami Heat 6-2. The Heat are home. The Jazz are favored to win this game. They have a 53.8% chance of winning this game, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be good, exciting. I know the NBA season is very young, but I can't wait to see how it develops in this sense. It's going to be something that we have to keep a close eye on and see, as it develops. Next up, I'll do a quick recap for those who are tuning in. We got in the number 6 spot, we got the Titans-Rams Sunday night at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, at 5:20 p.m. Pacific on NBC, Sunday Night Football. Next up, we got the Mexican Grand Prix in Mexico City, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on ABC. Next up in the 4th spot, we have the Utah Jazz and the Miami Heat. Can't wait to see it on NBA TV if you need some break of college football, because I know not a lot of good games are on college football today. So if you need some basketball action, definitely a great way to tune in. I see I got a comment. Let me read it for you. Brandon Herrera, he's saying, "What's up, Brandon? Glad that you're tuning in today's show. Doing a quick lightning round, because I know college football is starting in, 6 minutes. We're doing great, like a short program, but we need lightning round, 6 for 6 today, so we can get you all back into watching the remaining of College Game Day and Lee Corso putting on his selection for today's game. So, we have that. So let me knock out the final 3, be around for some questions and all that stuff. But as you know, I want to be cognizant of your time and making sure you get into, the college football games that are starting at noon today. Because I know Georgia and Ohio State are playing. People want to see those games. And then we'll transition into the evening and stuff like that. But in our number 3 slot, we got Wake Forest and North Carolina, number 9. I think this game, ladies and gentlemen, is a prime trap game. I think Wake Forest is going to lose to North Carolina. It's just going to happen. I just don't think Wake Forest is that team to get through. They haven't really played anybody. They've just been fortunate to go undefeated. Though, ESPN literally has North Carolina winning with a 55% chance of winning this football game, ladies and gentlemen. And North Carolina's at home. So you can't say it's a trap game, but at the same time, North Carolina's at home. It's going to be something interesting nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see how it develops and going forward, because this could end in Wake Forest season, going undefeated, but if they go undefeated, kind of opens up the can of worms. Do they get in the college football playoff conversation, but do they get left out? We have to wait and see how this game truly unfolds. On our number 2, we got some NFL right here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Browns and Bengals Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. I've got a lot of CBS games today. I realized when I was putting this together. But this is more of the contention of the, AFC North. OBJ is no longer on the Browns, so that means if you have Jarvis Landry for fantasy, good pickup if you have him. If he's not there, maybe try to trade for him before Sunday. But it's definitely going to be something key to, keep and watch and see how that develops, ladies and gentlemen. But the Browns are 4-4. The Bengals are 5-3. I think the Baltimore Ravens are 6-2. But like I said, the AFC North is still wide open. So if the Browns win it, they're back in the contention, fighting for second place as they beat the Cincinnati Bengals. But the Bengals, according to ESPN, are a 53.1% chance favorite to win this football game. But this kind of gets, if the Browns win it, they get back in the AFC North playoff picture and just trying to win that division and clinch a spot. But we'll have to see how that ends up developing, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we'll do a quick recap of all our 6 games. We're getting close to our 7-minute mark. We got 3 minutes before noon. So, going to try to wrap this up for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Be light and quick and fast. So let me go through one last time for y'all that are listening. I know on the podcast, you'll be like, what games did he select and all that stuff and his reasoning. So, go back, give us some plays, and just, give MI6 some support. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, Titans-Rams, Sunday, 8:20 p.m. Eastern, 5:20 p.m. Pacific on NBC. Next up, we have the Mexican Grand Prix in Mexico City, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on ABC. Next up, we have Jazz Heat NBA TV tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. You need some basketball breaks from college football. Definitely tune in for that. Wake Forest in North Carolina. This is going to be the game where Wake Forest ends up losing, and this is where they're going to get the first loss. You heard it here first, folks. I know I might be wrong, but I think, ESPN says, North Carolina is a favorite with a 55% chance of winning this game. So I remember one time I picked against ESPN's prediction, and I was right. I picked, Kentucky to beat Florida, and I got that right. I said it was a trap game. So you remember the last time I said it for 6 for 6. Can I go 2 for 2? Let's see what happens. I think, North Carolina will pull it out and beat Wake Forest, but you got to tune in today in 2 minutes right before the game kicks off. So tune in, see, obviously there's other games going on, but see how this game goes late in the third and definitely tune in because it's going to be one of those games that comes down to the wire. Next up in our number 2 slot, the Browns and Bengals battling for the AFC North second spot I think because you have teams on bye. So they're getting closer to, getting that, winning the AFC North spot. Baltimore Ravens are, I think, 1 game ahead being 6-2, but if the Browns win, they're back in the hunt. They kind of, bring Cincinnati down because they beat them because with the tiebreaker scenario. But, this game is going to be really key on interesting because the Browns don't have OBJ, and that kind of, changes, the aspect of this game and how it develops. But I think to close us out before we get to noon, let me just reveal the number 1. So if you got to go and watch your games, let me be cognizant of that so you can still watch it. Maybe if you want to, throw your comments into games that I missed out and stuff like that, feel free to comment those after today's show and just, build that community that we have on the MI6 Sports Network. But the number 1 game, I think we all know it is Auburn, Texas A&M, 13 versus 14 today on CBS at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Great time to be here to watch this game. I know we're at noon, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll do a quick fate. But this is really the fate of the SEC West. As, if Auburn wins out, they can take down Alabama and give Alabama their second loss at the end of the year and maybe get into the SEC title game against Georgia. And if they beat Georgia, it opens up the question, do you put a 2-loss Auburn team in for knocking off really 2 high-ranked opponents at the end of the year? Stuff that we can talk about on our other programs on MI6, but 6 for 6 gets the conversation started. We gave you the good what-if scenarios here and a lot of good, interesting stuff on that topic, ladies and gentlemen. But Bo Nix, the guy, if he does really well this game and has a lot of passing yards, he can crack over 2,000 yards passing yards this season. But A&M is the favorite to win this game with 62.3% chance of winning this football game. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a thrilling game to watch. It's at A&M. You can't beat this type of environment with what we got going on right here. But I'm going to go with Auburn because I want that Cinderella story to cause some mayhem in the college football playoffs. A&M can also do the same thing, cause some mayhem and get in, as well as being a two-loss team. So I can't be too mad about that, but I think it's going to be a great game to watch. Nonetheless, let me do a quick recap, and then I'll close out today's program. So in our sixth spot, we got Titans-Rams, Sunday at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, 5:20 p.m. Pacific on NBC. Then we have the Mexican Grand Prix, if you need some racing, in Mexico City. That's Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time on ABC. We got Utah Jazz and the Miami Heat on NBA TV tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Then we have Wake Forest versus North Carolina. Number 9 Wake Forest versus North Carolina today on ABC. It already happened now, so it's 2 minutes into the game at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So already, if you're tuning into that game and see how it develops, definitely tune in for that. Next up, we have the Browns and Bengals Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on CBS. Like I said, battle for the AFC North and seeing how that game develops. And then last but not least, we have Auburn, number 13 versus number 14 Texas A&M on CBS at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific today. That will do it for us today on the 6 for 6, a quick lightning fast episode. Give you the 6 best sporting events of this weekend. I think I may do a show on Thursday since it's Veterans Day and I don't have work, so I may do a show early in the day since I have activities happening on the next Saturday coming up. So I'll make sure I'll do a show early, get it out in the week, and give it in advance to give you guys enough time to plan your weekends out so you can get that in. But that will do it for today's show. Thank you for all those who are watching today's program. Thank you, for those who didn't quite catch the program when it was live, but you're listening to it. Thank you for your love and support for this program, as well for the MI6. We couldn't have done it without you guys this far at this point in time. But hey, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time here on the MI6 Sports Network. So long for now, and take care.